I started gaming like obviously very at a young age because I was basically growing up with the computers.
Over the past 10 months, the World Rally Championship has crisscrossed the planet. For round 12, it's going to take in 3 different countries in just 4 days. Germany, Austria and the Czech Republic. This is the all-new Central European Rally.
I actually have the same wheel that you have in your race car, but this is for sim racing. Can you tell us what do you think about the transition, basically going from sim racing to the real racing?
Yeah, it's actually quite cool. When I came to Esports, I found out that the steering wheel itself is from sim racing, which has brought to actual racing. So I mean, I've been getting used to it through the year. So I should be ready for sim racing as well.
Can you tell us something of the features of the wheel that you are using when you're actually racing in a race car?
I mean, all the things on the steering wheel are actually the ones I could need. Is it during the stage or between the stages? But these are just for me, and I mean, obviously the stage and the launch, these are the most important to kickstart the stage, and then other things, you know, with the engine hybrid and the region modes.
Do you do any adjustments when you're actually on a stage, or this is all like prepare or after the stage?
Unfortunately, the hybrid maps and the engine maps we are not allowed by the FIA to change on the stage, but other things, I mean, even the wipers and things, you know, when the weather changes, so there are always situations where you could still need to change something.
I love gaming because it's been part of my life as long as I can remember. The first online experiences, which were 2004, was actually the first time I actually found out that you can actually play a racing game against the other people online, and that was amazing because we started with very early games and then all the way to where we are now. It's unbelievable. Also, you have like the wheels from real car and you can put it in the sim. It's just, I'm blown away. Like honestly, I'm very happy that I witnessed this journey in the past 18 years, how the sim racing evolved. We saw the real Ford and now we have the steering wheel, and we are at the Fanatec booth and we're gonna give it a go. We're gonna check how the wheel actually performs on a simulator in the EA Sports WRC game, how the buttons work and how everything performs. As a competitor, do you like to try the different wheels?
For sure, you know, I really wanted to have it at home so I can try different things, and I think it's cool for fans to have what people have in real life, you know, it's something to connect with.
Would you say the transition from like a sim racing into the rally is like possible with this?
Yeah, I think it's possible. Obviously in real life it's much more about feeling the grip under you, and you drive on gravel and snow and different surfaces, but at least if you can get the car control on the game, it really helps you into real life, I think. So for sure it's a big step, but I think definitely you can have good practice in the sim for real life.
Into 6 left, into slight right.
The wheel works very nice. You have all the buttons lit up. I must say when you like press any buttons, you can notice that it's really solid made. They are having like a very nice response. Even the rotor is like a very solid, hard to press, which I really like. Oliver Sorbeck was saying that I could be a rally driver as a sim racer, but I'm having a little bit of doubts right now after the first few hundred meters. I always take it like a role play, you know, like I'm always like trying to be like, yeah, this is exactly what I would do if I'll be racing in the real life, and having this transition from like sim to reality is just awesome.
I'm a big fan of rally. I think rally driving is one of the most dangerous and exciting sports, and now taking it to the next level. I think this is it's going to be quite cool.
It's amazing. I love playing the new WRC World Rally game, and I actually, especially when I tested it with this wheel, I found out the immersion is even better.
This is 1-to-1 the wheel where Sebastian Loeb won the Rally Monte Carlo with it. And I think this is, if you want to have it more authentic than this, is impossible, because it's exactly what you have in the car.
So back in February, I actually went to my first ever WRC event in Sweden. And it was unbelievable because when I was a kid, I remember in the early 2000s, I was with my dad always watching the WRC on TV. And now I'm actually really proud because the first time ever the WRC is in Central Europe. And it's also driving in my country, in Czech Republic, which makes me super proud as a motorsport fan and watching WRC for basically since I was a little kid. And our country and Germany and Austria, they have like a big motorsport fans especially for the rally. So it's really nice to see the connection all work together. And I'm actually curious because the stages are looking super good. I was watching some of the onboards and it's gonna be hard really.
A new event brought Tänak without the knowledge and experience of his Puma to know what the car would do in these drenched conditions.
I can drive a bit faster immediately, have some moments, so it's yeah, not forgiving at all, so it'll be a long day.
Kalle Rovanpera's morning had been fantastic. 3 stages today, all won by the Finn. His lead already almost half a minute. Behind, title rival Evans, and then early leader Nerville.
So we made our way to the remote service here in Prachatice. Drivers already did several stages today in the afternoon and they have another stages in a few minutes. They actually have like a little remote service here where they can check the cars and change the tires and everything. And the atmosphere here is absolutely brilliant. It's in a historical town, bunch of people, so many people here, and it's really, really cool atmosphere.
So Elvin Evans has it all to do. The tyre fitting zone means a chance to pick up some new rubber. So can he make a positive move in that department?
So Oid and the other drivers are changing tires and doing like a quick service now. So you can see all the teams and all the drivers are preparing either wet or dry tires. But so far the conditions are very like mixed, you know, it's very slippery, very wet. So I think it must be so difficult to decide what tire set you want to go in. And all the drivers look at each other, you know what everybody is doing, so pretty cool. The fans of the WRC are just so incredible because they go through such a length to actually make the rally, you know. I actually was talking with one guy and he was telling me like he has like all the map, all the plans of all the roads where he needs to, like he doesn't want to see one stage, he wants to see like 3 or 4 stages per day. Pierre got to the quick service as well. So far so good. No damages on the car, no damages whatsoever. Very dirty though. It must be really difficult conditions here in the Central Europe. And yeah, hopefully it's gonna be all good. Would you say like the transition from sim racing to real motorsport is like getting closer and closer?
Yeah, we really feel that it's coming closer and closer, and I'm sure in a few years we'll be very, very close. It's nice to see that it starts to have a lot of improvement on the rally side also.
Yeah, I also saw like that you were driving on exact replica of your wheel that you have right now in front of you.
Yeah, exactly. We have exactly the same steering, so you have everything as a driver you need to have. For example, you have the hybrid button, the engine button, where you can change the map of the power. Also here you have this stage button where when you touch it, that puts your engine from road mode or mode push, I would say.
Yeah.
Here like a normal car with a signal. And the launch, when you put it there and you put the first gear, you go full throttle and you can start.
Do you do a lot of adjustments when you're actually driving on a stage or just before?
No, just before.
Especially here in the Central Europe Rally, like you have 3 countries at the same time. So the preparation and everything is brilliant. And like, I feel like the fans are very understanding now how everything has to be safe and nice. And like you have flags everywhere and cameras everywhere and everybody's like super cheering. It's really like the atmosphere of the rally is like, it's so unique for motorsport. You can even see Pierre on the phone because the drivers are all the time on the phone trying to talk to the spotters to know which tires to take because the conditions are changing all the time. It's really, really difficult for the drivers.
Friday's repeat loop of the Czech stages was only a few minutes away. The word was, there was mud everywhere. Oit the only one to take anything but the wet choice. The Estonian with a plan up his sleeve for later, still off the stage winning time for now.
I feel like when you watch the rally in a real life, it's just so insane. Like because like when you watch any racing on a circuit, it's incredible. It's amazing. Whoa!
Was the tyre gamble working? Was the rally coming towards Tänak, the man who packed soft rubber in his Puma at the off this afternoon?
That is so amazing to stay so close. Like you can literally almost touch the cars. It's so amazing. It's raining though, it's crazy. But the rally, which is on a normal road where you basically go to work, for example, or drive to vacation or family or stuff like that, and then you see the rally car driving 200 kilometers per hour, sending it over a jump or sideways, you know, into the gravel or into the road in a ditch and such. it just gives you like such excitement, and it's also like so unbelievable to see how the drivers can even do that. We watch all the cars driving, and it looks like Pierre has some issue with the front of the car. Hopefully everything will be all right. On a road where you're afraid driving 50, you're driving 150 sideways, you know, and it's just like, when you see it on the first time, you just don't understand how is it even possible.
Rovanperä leads by a huge 36.4 seconds, with Thierry Neuville, the winner of stage 8, moving past Elvin and into second.
Today we are in Austria. It's beautiful weather right now. Sun is shining. 10 minutes ago it was pouring down rain. The weather changing all the time. But Pierre is driving second, and then fourth it's going to be Oit. So fingers crossed, hopefully all going to be okay. I like also how the transition from the sim racing to motorsport is also now more possible, because 10 years ago it was like something, no, it's just completely different thing.
Thierry Neuville was on a charge. He could do what he wanted, and he wanted to catch Callum and join in the battle for this win. He was on it.
People really don't understand how hard sim racing on a top level is. You really have to work like on everything. So not only like practice for the sim race, but also mentally, you have to be really stable on this. You cannot just lose your mind, you know, and crash your opponent and leave the arena and stuff like that. You know, you have to be like focused on everything.
Tänak was on the podium. There was plenty of grip in these roads now, so he had to adapt. But the muddy sections still had to be respected.
So Oit just passed through, looking really, really good. Very slippery conditions in this corner now. There's a lot of leaf and a lot of mud, but it's really tight in the front. The Rovanperä obviously leading, but the P2, P3, P4 very close together, fighting for the podium spots.
So at the end of the day, Neuville leads Rovanperä by just over 26 seconds. Tänak is third and Ogier fourth, while Takamoto Katsuta holds a 10.9 second advantage over Teemu Sunninen in the battle over fifth. Loubet in eighth.
Even some esports teams are actually using the real people from like who are actually working in motorsport. They are working in a real race cars, and then at the home they are actually working for the virtual cars, for the strategies, using the Motec data to work on the setups. That's how real it actually is getting.
Oh, what have we hit? We've got steam coming out the front.
This could be the championship decided.
Elvin was off the road, almost through a barn door. Dry tarmac, clear skies, sunshine. Sunday, a straightforward affair for Tänak. Hydraulics back to health on the Puma after yesterday's scare. Seb over half a minute behind. It was going to be a great day, but all overshadowed for Elfyn Evans by yesterday's mistake.
This is the last day of the rally, and obviously you're still fighting for position, you're still fighting for the win, and it's rally, like anything can happen in a rally, you know, you drive so on the limit, any mistake can take the podium away from you or win away from you. We are here in a final regrouping. We have all the cars here, trying to work, changing tires, fixing the cars a little bit. We have one stage to go. So far, we have Pierre on a P8, Oit on a really good P3 right now. Conditions are great, the fans are cheering out, and the drivers were really happy with the stages today in afternoon, so looking for the grand finale. Here we are with Thomas Enge, one of the legends of the Czech motorsport. How amazing is this Central Europe rally?
It's incredible, I would say. Very demanding. Very difficult for everybody, and obviously difficult also for us, because we are the safety crew. We have to check if all the marshals posts and all the spectator zones and spectators are in the safe place, and it's not dangerous for them to stay where they stay, and then the stage can go.
So we are here also with the Fanatec doing the integration with the WRC and the World Rally Championship. And how cool do you think it is to have esport and virtual racing having a very close link with the motorsport nowadays?
Everybody who is a sim racer or just a fan of rallying wants to drive a rally car, but obviously not everybody has the chance or luck to sit in the real race car, so they sit in a simulator and they drive the game itself. So I think the link, as close the link is, would be amazing for the whole community.
So Sunday is always very exciting to watch, because like obviously you can see some really crazy mistakes. or really big fighting and drivers really trying to push on the limit on that final day, you know, to try to get the last spot or get the win or podium.
23 years old, the defending champion was now champion again. Was it ever in doubt?
The evolution of the sim racing wheel has been really amazing for me, because like going for like a little plastic wheel, not even the buttons worked on it, it was just printed on. And now we have like Fanatec Ford Puma wheel, which is like exactly one-to-one what you have in a Ford Puma WRC car. Or even great example is the Fanatec BMW M4 GT3 wheel, which is literally exactly the same you have in a race car.
Thierry Neuville's achievement here was almost overshadowed by Car's championship win. Rally win, number 19 for Thierry Neuville.
The transformation going, or the transition from the sim and to real is just, I like how it's getting closer and closer, and also more accessible for everyone.
Tänak's penultimate rally in this M Sport Puma, but he had plenty in hand to back himself a podium.
Now it is time to celebrate!
So Thierry Neuville, the first winner of the Central European Round. But Karl Rottenperra and co-driver Jonna Houtman make their mark in the history books, claiming their second world title.
So that's a wrap of the Central European Rally. It was amazing, challenging across 3 countries, different weather, different challenges, amazing racing, and it was a pleasure actually to follow the Ford during this whole doing this whole event. M Sport was fantastic. Tänak on a P3 was fantastic celebration, and it was super interesting to see the integration with Fanatec and the World Rally Championship. And the gamers then usually don't have a chance to test the real stuff, but now with the wheel that Fanatec has, which is exactly a copy of the M Sport wheel, you have to get your hands in e-sport and normal racing with the real motorsport, and it's really fantastic to see.
Okay, everything is okay. So what about the team now? Just a little bit in motion, yeah!